Hey y'all! I'm so excited to be sharing this special time with you. Teaching your little ones to read is like opening up a whole new world of adventure for them, and it's one of the most rewarding things we can do as parents. It's those cozy moments, curled up with a good book, that create the sweetest memories. Early literacy is the foundation for everything that comes next in their education. It's like building a strong, beautiful farmhouse. You gotta start with a good foundation. That's why I want to walk you through some of my favorite, tried and true ways to teach your kids to read. We'll keep it fun, effective, and easy to do right at home. So grab your coffee, get comfy on the couch, and let's dive in. Now, when we're talking about teaching our kids to read, it all starts with phonics. Think of it like this. Phonics is the alphabet's way of singing. Each letter has its own special sound, and when we put those sounds together, they make words. It's like putting together a puzzle, one sound at a time. Start with the basics, like the sounds of individual letters. We used to make a game out of it with our kids, drawing letters on flashcards and making silly voices for each sound. B was for Bubba Bear, and S was for snake. They loved it. Once your little one gets the hang of individual letter sounds, you can start blending those sounds together to make simple words. There are so many great resources out there to help with this, like phonics workbooks, apps, and even online games. One of our go-tos was ABC Mouse. It's colorful, engaging, and the kids really responded to it. Starfall is another great one. The key is to find something that your child enjoys and that keeps them motivated. Remember, learning should be fun. So don't be afraid to get creative and make it your own. Sing silly songs, draw pictures, or even act out the words. The more you can make it a game, the more your child will learn and love the process. Now, let's talk about sight words. These are those tricky little words that we see all the time in books, like the, and, a, u, and c. They're not always easy to sound out using phonics, so we need to learn them by sight. Think of sight words like the beautiful shiplap on a wall. They might be small, but they make a big impact. The more sight words your child knows, the more fluent they'll become as readers. Flashcards are a classic way to learn sight words. Write the word on one side and use it in a simple sentence on the other. We used to tape them up all over the house, on the fridge, the bathroom mirror, even the back of the pantry door. Word matching games are another fun way to practice sight words. You can make your own with index cards or find pre-made games online. We also loved creating a word wall in our playroom. Every time our kids learned a new sight word, we wrote it on a colorful piece of paper and added it to the wall. It became a visual reminder of their progress and made them so proud to see how many words they were learning. Remember, repetition is key when it comes to sight words. The more your child sees, hears, and uses these words, the quicker they'll stick. Y'all, there's something truly magical about gathering your little ones close and reading aloud together. It's more than just saying the words on the page. It's about creating a warm, loving connection that makes stories come alive. Make time for reading aloud every single day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Snuggle up on the couch, grab a stack of books from the library, and let your imagination soar. Choose books with colorful illustrations and engaging storylines that capture your child's interest. Don't be afraid to use different voices for the characters or add in sound effects. The more animated you are, the more engaged your child will be. Reading aloud isn't just about entertainment. It's also a fantastic way to boost your child's comprehension skills. As you read, pause and ask questions like, "What do you think will happen next?" Or "Why do you think the character did that?" These kinds of questions help your child think critically about the story and make connections to their own lives. And you know what? Sometimes the silliest questions spark the most amazing conversations. Chapter 4. Creating Cozy Reading Rituals. Make it a habit Just like we have our special family traditions, creating a consistent reading routine can make all the difference in fostering a love for books. Think of it like creating a cozy little nook in your home, a special spot where you and your child can escape into the world of stories. Maybe it's snuggled up in a comfy armchair before bedtime, or maybe it's after lunch, sprawled out on a blanket in the backyard. Whatever works for your family, the key is to make reading a regular part of your day. Consistency helps children thrive. It gives them something to look forward to and creates a sense of security. And you know what makes it even more special? Adding in a little touch of celebration. We used to have a sticker chart for our kids. For every book they read, they got to put a sticker on their chart. Once the chart was full, they got to pick out a special treat, like a trip to the ice cream shop or a new book from the bookstore. It doesn't have to be anything big or expensive, just a little something to show them how proud you are of their reading progress. Chapter 5. Learning with all our senses. Get creative. Now, y'all know I'm all about bringing those creative touches into our homes. And when it comes to teaching our kids to read, it's no different. Let's ditch the worksheets every now and then and make learning a sensory experience. Think about it. Kids learn best when they can use all of their senses. So let's get those little hands moving, those imaginations soaring, and those creative juices flowing. One of our favorite ways to make learning hands-on was with letter blocks. We'd spread them out on the floor and have the kids spell out words. They loved stacking the blocks, knocking them down, and starting all over again. Finger painting letters was another big hit. We'd cover the table with butcher paper, squirt out some colorful paints, and let the kids go to town. Not only did they learn their letters, but they also got to express their creativity in a fun, messy way. Don't be afraid to get a little messy. Let them write letters in a tray of sand, use Play-Doh to form letters, or even create letters out of twigs and leaves found on a nature walk. The possibilities are endless. Chapter 6. Word families. Discovering the connections. Now, let's talk about word families. These are groups of words that share the same ending sound, like cat, hat, and mat. Teaching word families is like showing your child the blueprints to our language. It helps them see the patterns and relationships between words, which makes reading and spelling so much easier. One of the best ways to introduce word families is through games and activities. We used to love playing word family bingo. I'd write different word families at the top of each bingo card, and then call out words. The kids would have to match the word to the correct word family on their card. It was a simple game, but it really helped them solidify their understanding of word families. Another fun activity is creating a word family chart. You can do this on a whiteboard, a poster board, or even just a piece of paper. Write the word family at the top, like at, and then have your child brainstorm as many words as they can think of that belong to that family. As they come up with words, write them down on the chart. You can even draw pictures next to each word to make it more visual. The more you can make learning about word families interactive and engaging, the more your child will grasp these important concepts. Chapter 7. Technology as our reading buddy. Explore new worlds. Now, y'all know I love the simple things in life. A warm cup of tea on the porch swing, the smell of freshly baked bread, the sound of children laughing. But I also know that technology can be a powerful tool, especially when it comes to education. Think of it like adding a modern farmhouse touch to our reading routine. There are so many incredible resources available online that can make learning to read fun and engaging for our kids. One of our favorite discoveries was YouTube channels dedicated to children's books. PBS Kids and Storyline Online are two that come to mind. They have a wide variety of stories read aloud by actors, often with animations and sound effects. It's like having story time with a celebrity. These channels are a great way to introduce your child to different genres, authors, and illustrators. Plus, they can watch and listen at their own pace, pausing and rewinding as needed. Another thing we love about using technology for reading is the interactive element. there are tons of apps and websites that offer interactive reading games, quizzes, and activities. These can be a fun way to reinforce what your child is learning and keep them motivated. Chapter 8. Celebrating every milestone. Patience and encouragement. Teaching our kids to read is a journey, not a race. It's like renovating a house. It takes time, patience, and a whole lot of love. There will be moments of pure joy and moments of frustration. But through it all, remember to be your child's biggest cheerleader. Every child learns at their own pace. Some kids take to reading like ducks to water, while others need a little more time and support. And that's perfectly okay. The most important thing is to create a positive and encouraging environment where your child feels safe to learn and grow. Celebrate every milestone, no matter how small. Did your child recognize their first sight word? Break out the confetti. Did they read their first sentence all by themselves? Time for a happy dance. These little victories might seem insignificant, but they're huge steps in your child's reading journey. And when you celebrate those victories, you're showing your child that you believe in them and that you're proud of their efforts. Remember, learning to read should be a joyful experience. So relax, have fun, and cherish these precious moments with your little ones. Teaching your little one to read doesn't have to be a chore. In fact, it can be one of the most rewarding experiences you share together. By incorporating these fun, easy strategies, you're setting the stage for a lifelong love of learning. Remember, it's all about creating those cozy moments, those special connections that make reading an adventure. So grab a good book, snuggle up with your little one, and let the magic unfold. And before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Share this video with your mama friends on YouTube or social media. Let's build a community of support for raising little readers. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more down-home tips on early childhood education and parenting. Happy reading, y'all!